This is going to help you in every single area of your life. You will have more energy, you will be able to focus better, your gym sessions are going to be better, and you're going to have higher libido. Life is just better. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Richardson. I'm a personal trainer. I'm also a chemical engineer. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a few tips on how to increase testosterone and lower estrogen. If this is your first time here, again, my name's Richardson. I am here to help men reclaim their masculinity by boosting their testosterone levels naturally through things like fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle decisions that they make. For the past few decades, testosterone levels in men has been on the decline, and it's becoming a huge problem that our society faces. So I'm here to build a community of men who want to fix that and rise above it. So if you're interested in becoming a part of that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I do post videos like this one every single week. So one of the primary pathways to increase testosterone and lower estrogen is to inhibit the activity of a protein called aromatase. Now, aromatase converts testosterone into estrogen, so if you can inhibit the activity of this enzyme, you'll have less estrogen in your system and more testosterone. Another pathway is to reduce sex hormone binding globulin levels, also known as SHBG. Now, SHBG binds to free testosterone, and it prevents it from binding with androgen receptors that allow testosterone to enter cells. And consequently, decreasing SHBG levels can allow more testosterone to enter cells and do all the great, fantastic things that testosterone does. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into a few ways to increase testosterone and lower estrogen. So my first tip is to get lean and muscular. Body fat is inherently estrogenic and muscle mass is androgenic. And on a very basic level, I mean, you look like a potato if you're not lean, and you look like a skinny beanpole if you're just super thin. But it's actually crucial that you have both, and your physique is going to look a lot better too if you're both lean and muscular. Now, if you're overweight, you got to lean down and get rid of excess body fat, because again, body fat is estrogenic. And if you're a skinny twig, then you need to start eating more and you need to start lifting weights so that you can build muscle. Now, if you want a super in-depth discussion to listen to about getting lean and muscular, check out this video that I made with my younger brother. On our way back to Maryland for Christmas vacation, we spent over an hour talking about ways to eat and train, to get lean and build muscle, to get stronger, to improve your overall masculine health. And it's more of an informational discussion that you'd probably listen to like an audiobook or a podcast rather than a video that you sit down and watch it. But either way, there's a ton of great information in that video that we talk about. So go ahead and listen to that for a super deep dive into mastering your physique to really nail this point. If you need to lean down, you have to eat in a calorie deficit to lose body fat. And if you need to build muscle, you need to eat in a slight calorie surplus. And everything is based around your maintenance calories, and you can figure that out by doing a quick Google search on a maintenance calorie calculating tool. They're all very easy to use. It's likely going to ask for your weight, your age, your gender, your activity level, and it'll at least give you a ballpark idea on how many calories you need to eat to maintain your weight. And then once you know that, you can adjust your calories according to whatever it is that you need to do with your physique. Now, the most important thing about nutrition is that you have to log it. You have to track it just like you would log or track anything else. I mean, if you want to get stronger and improve in the gym, you have to track your workouts. If you want to master control over your finances, you have to create a budget and stick to it, and you have to manage how much money that you spend versus how money that you make. It's the same exact idea here. You have to track what foods you eat to make sure that you're eating properly according to whatever your goal is. But anyway, getting leaner and more muscular is one of the best ways to increase testosterone and lower estrogen naturally. And by the way, you absolutely can do this at the same time. It happens at a much slower pace, but it is 100% doable. So if you need help, leave a comment below and I'll connect with you. We can hop on a Zoom call or something. I am here to support you guys. I'm not just gonna leave you hanging if you're stuck. I mean, I got lean and muscular and I used to look like this. So if I can do it, I know you can too. too. But that's tip number 1. Get rid of excess body fat because it's estrogenic, and build muscle because it's anabolic in nature. All right, tip number 2 is to take care of your gut. So in the early 20th century, Nobel Prize winner Elie Meshnikov observed that Bulgarian peasant farmers who mostly ate cultured yogurt, they actually lived much longer than the average life expectancy because of this. So fast forward to now, where we have a much deeper understanding of nutrition and science, and it has been shown in the literature many times over that taking care of your gut will reap nothing but positive benefits for your health and your testosterone levels. Your gut is like your second brain because it communicates directly with your endocrine system. You see, the human body is like a big chemical process with various systems that all work together in a very complex manner to accomplish certain tasks. And after studying chemical engineering for years and also working as a chemical engineer in industry for several years as well, I do happen to know a thing or two about systems optimization. And your gut is a crucial component to your overall health, your hormones, and your testosterone levels. So eating gut healthy foods like fermented foods and foods with gut healthy bacteria, all of those are going to promote great gut health. So things like carrots and yogurt, bone broth, collagen, apple cider vinegar, pickles, kombucha, and sauerkraut, all of those are going to help out here. And then cutting back on heavily processed foods and foods with a lot of gluten. My typical rule of thumb is that you don't want to eat a whole lot of foods or products that come in a packaged bag or a box. I stick with mostly whole foods, and obviously there are a few exceptions, but it's a pretty good general rule of thumb. Last thing I'll mention here is that I personally eat Greek yogurt for lunch pretty much every single day when I'm at work. It is simple, it's easy, I don't have to cook or prep anything. It's a relatively light meal, which keeps me feeling light and energized throughout the day. There's plenty of protein in it, and it tastes awesome. And because of this, I feel like $1,000,000 around the clock when I'm at work. I don't feel weighed down or sluggish. And just like with the Bulgarian peasants, this is no coincidence. So make sure you're taking good care of your gut. Tip number 3 is to cut back on exposure to synthetic chemicals. Whether you realize it or not, every single day we are exposed to synthetic chemicals that cause way more harm than good. Sometimes it comes from things that we touch, and sometimes it comes from things that our skin absorbs with certain chemicals in it. Sometimes it's in trace amounts in the air that we breathe. But just to name some of the most common ones, because they are very plentiful, these synthetic chemical exposures can come from things like using plastic cooking utensils or plastic food containers, drinking bottled water or tap water or faucet water even, touching receipts, swimming in chlorine pools too often, using heavily processed skincare products like shitty soaps and shampoos, lotions, moisturizers, sunblock, using fragrances like body sprays and colognes, that's also another common source, and all of these products have synthetic chemicals in them like parabens, BPAs, phthalates, benzophenones, heavy metals, and toxic halogens. These chemicals are all endocrine disrupting chemicals, and guess what? Your balls don't like your endocrine system being messed with, and that's where 95% of testosterone production takes place, down in your ball sack. So opt for all natural hygiene products and avoid some of these nasty plastic or processed products. Tip number 4 is to stop eating polyunsaturated fats. Seriously, just cut them out of your diet forever. They are so bad for your testosterone levels, they're bad for your health in general, and the most dangerous part about polyunsaturated fats is that the mainstream nutrition advice says that they're heart-healthy fats. An unsaturated fat is a fatty acid molecule with a double bond in the backbone of the molecule. A saturated fat molecule has 0 double bonds in the backbone of the molecule. So polyunsaturated fats have several double bonds in the backbone of the molecule because the prefix poly means many. And double bonds in the backbone of the fatty acid molecule cause the molecule to be very unstable in the presence of light, heat, and oxygen. That's why liquid fats go rancid after so long, because light, heat, and oxygen are all breaking down those double bonds as they sit over time. And guess what? You breathe oxygen and your body temperature is relatively high compared to room temperature, so those suckers are going to break down once you ingest them. And what happens once they break down? They generate byproducts called free radicals, which are highly unstable, and they will react with anything inside your body to reach a more stable energy state. Free radicals wreak havoc on your whole system, and by the way, there is absolutely no such thing as an essential fatty acid because every single one of them is some kind of polyunsaturated fat. Seriously, just cut them out of your diet forever if you want to increase testosterone and lower estrogen in your system. Tip number 5 is to start eating testosterone boosting foods. Seems obvious, but to increase testosterone and lower estrogen, you're going to need to cut out things out of your life and incorporate more things into your life. So by no means is this brief list that I'm about to give you all encompassing. I have a whole playlist on what kinds of foods that you should be eating to boost your testosterone levels. But some of the top testosterone boosting foods include things like grass-fed beef, eggs, yogurt, chicken, avocados, potatoes, oysters, fish, fresh fruits and berries, mushrooms, onions, Brazil nuts, grass-fed butter, coconut oil, pomegranate juice. And that's just to name a few. I could go on and on and on. Didn't just want to leave you hanging on this one, but I've made some pretty extensive lists of foods with certain micronutrients in them that have been shown to boost testosterone levels naturally. So I'd encourage you to go check out some of those other videos in that playlist because they're really going to help you a lot with this point in particular. Tip number 6 is to get more sleep. Seriously, you can do everything right and screw up any progress you make with your testosterone health if you don't prioritize your sleep. Go to bed and wake up around the same time every single day. I don't care what your homies are doing on the weekend. I don't care how late they're staying out, drinking and partying. This is why so many men have such low testosterone levels, because their sleeping patterns get thrown out of whack on such a regular basis. This is going to help you in every single area of your life. You will have more energy, you will be able to focus better, your gym sessions are going to be better, and you're going to have higher libido. Life is just better when you're getting great sleep and you're getting more sleep, so make it a priority. All right, there you have it. A handful of tips to increase testosterone and lower estrogen. If you implement every single one of these tips at the same time, you are going to get the best and the fastest results from them. So take these tips very seriously. Most men don't integrate these tips into how they live their lives, and it's no wonder why so many men in their early 20s these days have lower testosterone levels than most men had several decades ago who were in their 50s. So don't write these tips off as just, oh, good to know information. Start doing them. Follow all of these tips and I guarantee you will start to feel a difference. But anyway, that's all for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And again, if you're new here and you've made it this far, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I'm looking to build a community of men who want to transform their lives like I did by boosting their testosterone levels naturally. Most modern men are weak and lazy and undisciplined because they don't pay close enough attention to their testosterone health, and it's becoming a huge problem in the world. So if you want to do something about that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bells on too so that you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. If you made it this far, I do appreciate the support. I hope you got a lot out of this video also. So good luck in boosting your testosterone levels. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.